out otherwise.
Understood, Your Honor.
All right, so thank you. Mr. Watts, anyone else on the docket today?
I think that's my only one, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Then you are excused with your client.
Have a
Yes,
good morning, Your Honor.
you too. Is Attorney McClendon on here? William McClendon? There you are. Thank you. And is Patricia Jones present?
She is.
All right. We are on the record in 2025 CR 104, State of Kansas versus Patricia Ann Jones. Please announce appearances.
Guerrero on behalf of the state.
William McClendon for the defendant, Patricia Jones, who appears from court security.
This does come on for hearing on count one, the sole count of interference with law enforcement. How does she wish to proceed, Mr. McClendon?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Jones and I have been playing phone tag over the past few weeks. If you would grant me the opportunity to discuss a plea deal with her in a breakout room, or we could set this out another few weeks. But I think we'll have a good idea as to what direction we want to proceed.
And Your
if I keep that breakout.
and Your Honor, the state's understanding for the court's edification is that a plea offer was previously advanced by my office. However, the state's understanding is that plea offer was contingent upon the defendant entering such a plea during today's hearing.
All right, then we better give you a breakout room, Mr. McClendon and Miss Jones. We'll take a recess. Jen?
Jen, we put her in breakout room 2. I'll move her over.
And I just lost Attorney Nicholson. I trust he'll be back shortly. And there he is. Mr. Nicholson, let's take up your case. On the record in 2024 CR 526, State of Kansas versus Abraham Guerrero. Please announce appearances.
Guerrero on behalf of the state.
Brian Nicholson with the defendant, Abraham Guerrero, who appears in person with us here this morning.
And how does he wish to proceed this morning on his DUI, marijuana, and paraphernalia charges?
Your Honor, this was set 2 weeks ago, and it was for diversion. He had been accepted for diversion. We just needed to submit the diversion agreement and pay the first payment on it. And it was set over 2 weeks so that he could get that done. The next week after that hearing, Abraham came in to visit with me and he brought in the money to pay. We went online on his account on the Advent website, which apparently is some third-party outfit that the county has contracted with to do these diversions. But we were not able to upload the agreement. It said that we had to make the payment before we could upload the agreement. So we tried to make the payment, but it wouldn't let us make the payment. So we couldn't make the payment. So we couldn't upload the agreement. So I contacted the county attorney's office and I said, hey, can I just mail everything to you? And they said, no, you can't do that. You need to contact Advent and try to figure out why you can't make payment. So I went back to Advent. I talked to them. I had to do their little AI chat box thing to try to figure it out. That didn't work. They sent me to an actual person, talked to an actual person, and they said, hey, send the agreement to the agency, which is Butler County, send the payment to us in Kentucky. And I said, well, okay. So I got back with Butler County and they said, no, don't send the money to Kentucky. Send the money and the agreement to us, which is what I asked to do the first time. And I was told that I shouldn't do that. But now, Abraham, this morning, we have the money order. We have the signed diversion agreement. We have instruction now to mail it to the Butler County Attorney's Office. So we're going to put that in the mail today. I guess I need to know who to make the money order out to, just Butler County Attorney's Office, if Mr. Regier knows. But that's kind of the story. I guess we just need a little bit of time to get this in the mail over.
Well, Mr. Guerrero, it sounds like your attorney's your hero for going through all those hoops to try to help you out there.
I know, I picked a perfect one.
Yeah. All right. Well, Mr. Regier, can you find out who he makes the check to? If he doesn't send it to Kentucky, does he make it out to your office? Can you check on that? Unless you know off the top of your head or want to say.
Your Honor, I am the sole prosecuting attorney for purposes of today's docket. If it would appear that the defendant's attorney is essentially requesting a continuance, under these circumstances, the state does not oppose setting this matter over.
Well, I believe he's done everything humanly possible and then some, and the county attorney's system just doesn't work. So I think the delay is much the county attorney's more than his, but he's the one his client's the one needing the diversion and wanting it. But it's sure been made difficult for him to get it. But I still need to know who he makes check out of, and I'm not going away until somebody in the county attorney's office tells me who he makes the check out to. So I'd ask you to just take a recess and go down the hall and ask the powers that be who he makes the check out to, please.
Your Honor, may I go off mic and off camera briefly?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you.
It's going to have to be one of two entities. It's either Butler County Attorney's Office or the District Court Clerk, I would think.
Or whoever's in Kentucky.
Or Kentucky. The Advent people, whoever they are.
Well, to the rest of you, I'm sorry you're having to wait, but Mr. Nicholson has been through way too much already trying to get this payment made.
Judge,
How many do you have?
I have a pro se person and I have one for Mr. Patterson too, which I've chatted him about seeing if he needs a breakout room, but I hadn't got an answer yet.
So you only have two?
Yeah.
Al, who's the one you have there?
Sabrina Valdovinez or something like that. Starts with a B.
Once the breakout room is free, I will need a breakout room with that person.
Okay, we'll get her in there as soon as breakout room 2
Thank you.
comes going in.
And who's your pro se deputy?
It is Jonathan.
At the court's leisure, Your Honor.
We are back on the record in case number 24 CR 626, State of Kansas versus Abraham Guerrero, all parties as before. Mr. Regier, were you able to get a name of who he makes the check to?
Yeah, I was, Your Honor, and it is the state's understanding that such a method of payment should be made out to the clerk of the district court.
Okay. All right, I believe that takes care of it, or will take care of it, but we need to set a date just to make sure. Can you just give me 2 weeks from now, 1 or 2 weeks from now, Jen? I don't think we're going to have the hearing.
Let's go for the 28th.
All right, this matter is continued to 9 a.m. July 28th. Mr. Nicholson, if you do not have confirmation of a filed diversion, be back here at 9 a.m. on July 28th. If you don't have any more problems, you get it filed and your client gets set up on diversion, you'll not have to be back here.
I understand, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. This matter is continued.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. In addition to Mr. Patterson, do we have any other defense attorneys? All right, do we have Jonathan Charles? Well, is your breakout room full or something?
All right, let's talk about that. The case of State of Kansas v. Abraham Guerrero played out like a cautionary tale of modern bureaucracy where good intentions run smack into a wall of payment portals, AI chatbots, and a game of who's got the right mailing address. Abraham Guerrero showed up with all the right pieces money in hand, a signed diversion agreement, and a genuine effort to get things done, but he and his attorney, Mr. Nicholson, found themselves tangled in a web of technical glitches and conflicting instructions. First, the online portal wouldn't take the payment. Then it refused to accept the uploaded agreement until the payment was processed, but the payment couldn't be processed. Classic catch-22. And to top it off, when they reached out for help, they got sent in circles between Kentucky and Kansas, Advent, and the county attorney's office. It was like trying to do your taxes through a vending machine. Through all of this, Judge Webster showed patience and a solid sense of fairness. Rather than faulting Guerrero, the judge recognized who had actually been spinning the bureaucratic wheels. The county attorney's system just doesn't work, he said frankly and without drama. He acknowledged that Guerrero's attorney had done everything short of delivering the payment via carrier pigeon. So, rather than penalize the defendant for a system breakdown, the judge gave them more time, set a new hearing date, and requested that anyone confirm who the money order should be made out to. Turns out, it's the clerk of the district court, not Advent, not Kentucky, not some guy named Larry, the clerk. That's good to know. Mr. Nicholson, to his credit, never got flustered. He calmly and thoroughly laid out the timeline, the obstacles, and every frustrating interaction he had on behalf of his client. His diligence probably saved Guerrero from having to explain it all himself, which might have sounded like a bad sitcom plot if it weren't so real. And Guerrero himself, respectful, appreciative, and clearly trying to do the right thing. When the judge called his attorney his hero, Guerrero nodded without hesitation and said, "I know I picked a perfect one." That kind of humility matters. All in all, this hearing wasn't about the charges themselves, but about what happens when the system's gears grind to a halt. It's a reminder that the justice system isn't just about laws, it's also about logistics. And sometimes, the biggest challenge is figuring out which form goes where. Kudos to the court for showing flexibility, and to the defense for sticking with it. Hopefully by the 28th, everything will be filed and no one will be chasing down payment instructions across state lines. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read every one.